This message, know your enemy, keeps being heard in my spirit. Of course, there are those with such strong belief in Yeshua, they never contemplate the enemy's warfare against them. But for those like me, who have been deceived in years past, knowing the enemy's tactics, how else will I do battle? How will I know when it's his voice versus Yeshua's? Well, it's actually simple. Knowing the enemy isn't deep or wide or unfathomable. Knowing Elohim, now that takes some deep thought, some time, energy, and an abundant thirst and hunger for righteousness. The enemy, a liar, a thief. He comes in like an angel of light, but he's seeking destruction. He is patient and precise. He has a purpose, to dishonor his Creator. His purpose is the exact opposite of mine and yours, which is to bring honor to our Creator, Yahweh Elohim. In warfare, it is imperative to know what your enemy is about. You have to know his tactics. You need to know the disguises he uses. You need to be able to recognize his spies. You must know the weapons he holds in his arsenal. That's just the way it is in warfare. Not to say the enemy is to be a primary focus, but to ignore your enemy, to pretend to yourself what he does or what he uses as weaponry does not matter. That is to set yourself up for defeat. Knowing your enemy is important. Knowing your commander, the tactics and weaponry at your disposal, is of highest importance. Knowing that the battle rages daily, that the enemy is always lurking, waiting for the ripe opportunity to attack, compels us to always be ready, always fitted with armor, always mindful that the enemy is there, and always ready to stand your ground. The wicked day is upon us. There is a war being waged. We see it in the physical realm. We feel it in the spirit realm. And it is here, in the Ruach, that our battle must be fought. In Ephesians, we are given description of the full armor provided for us. The Kodesh ones, who were called out to be light in the darkness, to be self-controlled, to pour out love and encourage each other to stay strong, to rescue those who are perishing and spread truth, marking a path that leads not out of the battle, but through it. So we fasten the belt around our waist. We are told there is no absolute truth. This is a lie. And it's like a bomb filled with poisonous gas that has permeated our entire world. For the called out ones, Yahweh's soldiers, we know there is truth. His word is truth. And his word is Yeshua. Yahweh made flesh, and he has walked among us. The breastplate of righteousness to guard our hearts. Our feet fitted. Shoes, boots that protect. And let me tell you, good, well-fitting, sturdy boots, your balance is kept. The rocks and thorns and uneven paths, you are able to traverse with ease and grace. I have worn ill-fitting shoes. I have worn flip-flops and high heels and canvas kicks. But only in leather boots can I march across lava rock, or climb rocky ledges, or even stand. There's nothing more painful than to stand in shoes that offer no protection, no support. Your feet well fitted are your foundation. Without a proper foundation, you are easily toppled. You are distracted. You are unable to be sure-footed. Our foundation is His Word. Read, meditated on, read and memorized and drank in like pure water, which sustains and even strengthens us and gives us clear thinking. The armor of Yahweh is not to be taken lightly, not to be thrown on like an afterthought or a sweater just in case. This shield of belief must be firmly held, and without His Word producing strength, we are even incapable of holding our shield up. The burning arrows, the fiery darts the enemy throws, the ones he aims at our heart to destroy it, is why we need the armor of Elohim that protects us, keeps us alive in a dead world. The helmet that protects our head, it is there because we have been delivered already. What we think is what we do. What we believe, and protecting our mind means we are careful what we see and what we hear, that what we think remains true, right, strong, and pure. And it is in the midst of battle, when we have no option but to fight, it is the sword of the Ruach we yield, the very word that cuts, that divides bone from marrow, that defeats any weapon used against us. If the enemy is a liar, our greatest weapon is truth. And truth has a name, Yeshua HaMashiach. To Him we bow, praying, talking to, persevering and interceding for our fellow warriors, strengthening the Kodashim by our intercession and supplication. Yes, know your enemy. Never think for a moment that he has retreated. Be ready, stand guard. Keep your armor well oiled and clean, and pray. Pray that you recognize the enemy. Pray that you discern who the enemy is and what he is about. Pray for strength and boldness and the power to overcome the enemy. Our enemy has a mission. Never forget. He never forgets. And day after day, the darkness he permeates is only held back by the light of Yeshua living in his Kodashim. Never give in, never give up. Our enemy doesn't, and neither should we. Daily, gather your oil from the rich resources our Father has given in His spoken word. Keep your wicks trimmed, discarding the charred remains of yesterday, and let your light shine forth into the darkness. Keep your armor on and your feet ready to carry you into the night, proclaiming the good news of Yeshua's perfect love. Do not be afraid, but have courage, and be the hands of mercy you have been called to be. In these days we live, we look out to a dark horizon clouded by the enemy's deception. His work is obvious in the pain and misery we see. He wars daily, even believing he is winning his goal. But knowing he is a liar, and our Father has assured he will fail, we can go boldly, strongly with our lamps high, our hearts shielded, and the sword of the Adon as our great weapon. Praise Yahweh, Yahweh Elohim, Yahweh Echad. Amen.